Originally, the signal was planned where Woodburne and Rancho Vistoso Boulevard intersect today. In the mid-'80s, when the Rancho Vistoso PAD was conceived and approved by Town Council, it showed a possible proposed signal location right there at Woodburne and Rancho Vistoso Boulevard. For whatever reason, years ago when the Horizon subdivision was built, it was allowed to build about 55 feet further south than it should have been, which basically ate into the northern half of what would have been the extension of Woodburne. So where that signal was originally envisioned, Woodburne was going to come in, have a signal, and then there would be an entry into the commercial and residential 5U and 5, I forget what letter Horizons is, but point is the commercial shopping center and Horizons would have some sort of shared access there coming in right off of that signal. That became an impossibility when Horizons was built further south, as I said. So in the years that have happened since then, Rancho Vistoso has continued to build out. It's nearly built out. It was originally envisioned for about 14,000 residential units, plus commercial and employment, things like that. It'll end up being about 9,500 when all is said and done. And that's because almost every single parcel in Rancho Vistoso developed at well below its planned density. Horizons is a good example. It's zoned for 18 homes per acre, 3-story apartments. That's not what got built. Many of the parcels going up and down Rancho Vistoso Boulevard are zoned high density and still are today, despite the fact that there's single-family residential neighborhoods built on them. That's why we've got about a 5,000 unit shortage, I'll call it. The point there is that when Rancho Vistoso first came to be, Rancho Vistoso Boulevard was one of the first things they built, and they built it in 3 phases. And this was back in the mid-'80s. I think phase 3 happened before 1990, but it was built out, full cross-section, 4 lanes, arterial road, and it was designed to accommodate 14,000 units, plus all of the commercial, employment, things like that. What that means is that the infrastructure is oversized for the development that actually occurred. Rancho Vistoso Boulevard is able to carry a lot more traffic. It might not feel like that sometimes, but it's true. When 5U was originally planned, 5U was the Safeway Shopping Center and this piece. It was all one commercial parcel that was part of that original plan. It was planned as one shopping center. When the developers of the Safeway Shopping Center came in a number of years ago, they only wanted to build about 2/3 of it because that's what the market would bear at that point. That was what a reasonable sized shopping center around an anchor tenant like Safeway looked like. To go bigger would have probably required a second anchor, more shop space, and there wasn't market for it at the time, and there still isn't. So what we have is this remnant piece of 5U north of Safeway, originally planned, like I said, to be part of the overall commercial shopping center, but that's not going to happen. But as evidence for that, there's a cross-access easement established over the entire thing. This subject parcel and also the Safeway Shopping Center. There's also roadway stub-outs, as you know, coming out of the Safeway Shopping Center. There are utility stub-outs coming out of the Safeway Shopping Center underground to serve this property. There's storm drain interconnectivity. Point is, this piece was always envisioned to be tied into that from an access and infrastructure standpoint.